guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk to you today about my experience doing a TEFL course and just some tips and hints that I learned along the way. Okay, let's go. So, just a bit of background first. With TEFL, which is teaching English as a foreign language, there are other courses under that umbrella. For example, there's Trinity, and there's CELTA, which is what I did, and then there are other TEFL courses. There are many, but I think Trinity and CELTA are the most well known. So why did I choose CELTA? Well, I was lucky enough to come to Italy before my course and talk to a few different people while I was here, and I got their recommendations. I asked them, what did you do? What would you recommend? Would you do it again if you had the opportunity? And based on all of their recommendations, I did CELTA. Some of those people said that CELTA was more recognised, more well known. So based on that, that's what I did. I'm not saying that any other courses are better or worse. It's just from their recommendations and from my experience, I haven't had difficulty finding work in Italy with a CELTA. So purely based on that, I would recommend doing a CELTA. So I did my CELTA in the UK. It was 4 weeks. I did the full-time course, and nothing will ever prepare you for how intense it was. I was told it would be intense. And I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be fine, we'll do it. And we did, but I kind of went half insane at the same time. Yeah, it's intense, it's tough, but I liked it. And you know, now that it's done and now that I'm a teacher, I'm very happy. Some hints and tips and information. My course was done by Lila, which is a Liverpool Language Institute in Liverpool, something like that. There were only 4 of us on the course. It was a very small course, and it cost 1,000 and something, but I'll leave the link below so you can read all about that. I really enjoyed the course there at Lila. We had 2 fantastic tutors who were on hand constantly, and then we had other tutors that were floating around who were also willing to help. We did a lot of teaching practice, which was good, and we also did a lot of essay writing, not so good. But in terms of support and in terms of the teaching, I think those tutors were fantastic, and I can recommend that course, no problems. The one thing I will say, and again, a little bit about my background, is I'd done another teaching course in Manchester before this. I used to be a secondary school teacher, and the type of teaching for secondary school teaching and the type of teaching for English language teaching are so different. So I kept going back to my teaching experiences from before, and I kept planning my lessons based on what I'd learned in this other course. And you can't do that, not really. Based on that, I was hitting all the standards. So that's good, because I was standard, if not more, on every single one of my lessons, and I was happy. But I would have liked to have been more. The other thing I didn't do while I was on my CELTA was I didn't buy a grammar book. There is, I imagine still, a library at this language school, and we used all of the grammar books from there. But I also used the internet and everything. But if I could go back and redo my CELTA, I would definitely just buy a grammar book straight up. So, it's dirty. So the grammar book that I use and would recommend is this grammar, and it's specifically grammar for English language teachers. And this is by Martin Parrott, that's a good name, Martin Parrott, and it's a Cambridge University press. So again, it's Cambridge University. I did a Cambridge CELTA course. It kind of makes sense. So I picked this up, but I find it really useful, even for me, just if I forget things, if I need to go back and double check and I'm not sure. You know, Using the internet is fine, but knowing that I have this at home and knowing that this is something I can really trust, it makes me feel more secure that I can check things in this. So I would definitely recommend getting some sort of English grammar book. Another thing I can recommend, throughout your CELTA, stay organised. Oh my god, stay organised. So if you guys don't know, at the end you have to give in this folder of work, of all your original lesson plans, of all your original essays, and that's taken by an administrator, and they give you a mark based on all of that. And they also talk with your tutors, blah blah blah. So when you have your folder, and then at the end you have to organise everything, it's going to make your life 100% better if you've already organised and you have dividers, and you know, these are all my lesson plans, these are all my essays, these are all my lecture notes. Organise yourself from the start and it'll make your life so much easier. Another tip is make friends. Of course you're going to make friends on your course, but really make friends. So I was lucky that our group we would text each other in the middle of the night. We would make sure that we were all on the same page when we were writing different essays. I think that really helped me get through. I'm so glad that I made those friends, and we still keep in touch now, which is nice. None of us would have done as well as we actually did. So make friends and genuinely help each other throughout the course. Another tip is make friends with your tutors. Now, I don't mean like suck up to them and be really friendly and bring in biscuits. I mean actually go to see them, ask relevant questions, make sure that everything you're doing, or you know, if you're confused about something, go to them. Go and ask them, clear everything up, and then share it with the rest of the class. Just clear your schedule. In the first week, you get given all your essays and assignments and they tell you about them. So just make sure that for the next 4 weeks, you clear your schedule. Seriously. There's no dinner parties, outings, drinks, pub, nothing. Clear your schedule. It's so intense. I was at the point where I was at 3 AM working on my essays. That's the reality of it. If you want to get all of the work done and you want to do it well, you don't even have enough hours in the day to get everything you want done. So really you don't have time to be going out with friends also. It's only 4 weeks. We can survive. I did survive. We did survive. You can do it. It's only 4 weeks. But the good news is that I passed. I am a teacher of English. I have observations every year, and my boss, my director, she's more than happy. I mean, obviously there's always things to improve, but she's happy with my performances. Otherwise she would tell me. And it really hasn't made that big of a difference. Now, I think there's a little bit of a myth in Europe that you need CELTA, you need Trinity. If you don't have that, you're nothing. If you don't have Pass B or more, you're nothing. In my experience, it hasn't been like that at all. I've been offered 3 different jobs in just under a year, and all of those jobs have been fantastic, and I've taken one that is closest to me just for convenience, and I really enjoy it. And just because I got a pass, it hasn't made a difference. So sorry if that was a little higgledy-piggledy. There was some advice in there was some information. I just wanted to try and give you guys as much as possible. I know that when I was looking for information on YouTube, there wasn't so much. And if there is anything you guys wanted to know more about CELTA or TEFL or working abroad, comment below, let me know. If this was helpful, I hope it was. Like my video and subscribe. Thanks guys. See you soon. Bye.